First, I'm just going to copy and paste all of this into a Word program so I'm not reading lime green text on a black screen for an hour. Through the mirror of my mind. And then he says, they sold you to protect you, which is the worst line in the whole movie. Rose looks up through the broken roof at the orbital ring in the sky above. Star Destroyers protrude from it like spikes on a punk bracelet. I put this in my carry-on bag to fly home, naive to the fact that on an X-ray scanner at an airport, a dense rubber ball like this is going to show up on the screen looking exactly like a large cartoon bomb. There's this item I picked up, which I thought was an African mask, but apparently was a large statue. And you're supposed to lay it across this trapdoor like a bridge and walk across it. The book begins with a graphic sex scene. Wow, that's just like Star Wars 2. Why did he need Snoke? Why did he need a puppet thing that looks like Snoke and is named Snoke? Oh, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2 say a few words. With that, presumably 10 minutes of screen time have now passed. What is their government? Who's running the place? Why are all their plans so bad? Why don't any of their laws matter? Wow, he died the way he lived. Wasting my time. I ended up just fruitlessly circling the town, re-clicking all the same places I'd been before, talking to the same 6 people in the same order, and then going to sleep to make it change from day to night. It's like a depression simulator. Resurgence, Episode 9, fitting perfectly into the Star Wars naming convention. How am I going to tell Cole? Let me be real with you, Reza. You definitely shouldn't tell Cole. Also, wait a second. Why did Kylo think he was entering this reception room if not to have an audience with Snoke? Like, and how did Snoke know he was going to be here? Did they trick him in here? Did they tell him they'd set up a birthday party for him? How long was Snoke waiting behind his tiny door? And why did they clarify that it was tiny? I never thought I'd say this about a show, but I'm disappointed by their use of the devil. Randy cracked a bottle of vodka over my head before he fell. Why was there vodka at an 8-year-old's daytime birthday party in his backyard? Star Wars has always been famous for its montages. I'm just going to assume that this is all set to either a very out-of-place pop song or the Scooby-Doo chase scene music. So I've never gone inside. I've just stood there at the partition with my face pressed against the slats like a Dickensian orphan. They're not following, Cole shouts over the roar of the ship's engines. Oh no, wait, yes they are. Cole. Of course they're following. That's why you rewatch the movie you've made from start to finish before you put it out in theaters. Only for her to be trapped with them inside the complex as alarms blare and emergency doorways slam shut. She and Finn exchange a look. I'm sorry. Wait, how did this blunder occur? And I like that they spray mist basically directly into your eyeballs for the entire experience. Darksaber is capitalized, but not explained. We cannot tell what Ren is thinking. You know what? Forget Ren. I want to know what Alan Dean Foster is thinking. Even if you decide you want to really break the bank on Pandora, the most expensive charm currently on their website is still only $425. And it's just as ugly as you could imagine. Threw my body at Randy, knocking him over and slitting his throat with the glass, stabbing him repeatedly. Happy birthday, Billy. Commander Selleck eyes Hux, unnerved by him. Commander Selleck makes $12 an hour. He's like, sir, it is 1 a.m. You could have stopped it now. Moon Knight? What is Moon Knight? She thought her death would be a catalyst for change. Well, she succeeded in bringing an evil dictator into power, so good job, Erica. Disney Channel greenlights Marvel's Moon Girl. You mean to tell me that when Palpatine needed to create a creature who could take over control of a government without anyone becoming suspicious, and then win over the trust and affection of a little boy, the best he could come up with was this? What's with all these moon people I had no idea about? Opening credits play over footage of people riding Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is one of the few pleasant moments of the movie because no one is speaking and nothing is happening. I thought he'd gone into the back sleeping quarters and passed out, considering how quiet he's been. No, Reza, we'd have a dream chapter if that happened. I also like that the leader is described as armored and caped in black. It really paints a great picture and helps me distinguish him from every other villain in Star Wars. Jas! Her voice is frantic inside my head. The harness snapped. I can't hold on. Well, for God's sake, Reza. The map knife was also insane. There's an evil Sith knife made so that if you stand in the exact correct location on the correct crest of the correct beach at the right angle, you can hold up the knife, and then the carvings on the side of the knife line up with the wreckage of the outside of the Death Star. So anyway, you hold up the knife and it lines up to the outside of the wreckage, and then you pull out this little arm thing, which has not been established. First time we're seeing this little arm thing, and then the little arm points to where you're going to find the map inside the Death Star wreckage. Of course I can. I chose to play Kingdom Hearts Sanctuary. Naomi's like, I got you. I can play whatever Kingdom Hearts track you want me to. He lost the Star Wars. Yay! Colin Trevorrow, I could kiss you. Where the hell do you keep your backpacks? He half asked, half demanded. My parents' room. Weird question, weirder answer. I liked that 7-foot-tall yellow slug. I like him so much. In her mind, she sees a rapid montage. Oh good, another famous Star Wars montage. Tell the chef that I want a Kraft single draped across my grilled Atlantic salmon like a blanket. And if he doesn't like it, he can meet me in the parking lot. You would think that just pointing to something on the outside is like pointing to a globe and being like, it's in California. Maybe Randy could have tied that into his movie if he had a single creative bone in his hack body. The lobby space would sometimes be rented out for corporate events and for my wedding. No, I'm just kidding, but I wouldn't do that. I was thinking, that's weird. Don't they have lots of ground to cover later on and they're squandering their time on this? And it turned out that they had even more ground to cover than I initially had thought they did. With a look that could be perceived as love, Ben Solo dies. Allow me to look at this whole screenplay with a look that could be perceived as disappointment. Are there honestly people who want this? I just want to make it clear that anybody who said the imagery of Leia flying through space was like cheesy or weird is disqualified from defending veritable dervish Luke Skywalker. The rules of this universe are completely lost on me. The seers can see the future except when they can't. And sometimes their view is clear, but other times they're wrong, and Jas is a fish and Reza is a lens, or she is a storm in the ocean, or sand, which you can see the bottom through, and the bottom of the ocean is destiny, but Reza is also a moon. And Jas is also a moon. He's a darker, scarier moon, and Reza is a good moon. What's with all these moon people I had no idea about? Okay, anyway, Jas is taking a nap, I guess. Time after time, I see reflections of you and me. The end. What was the point of all that?